turn my back, you laughing.
Coach, playoff football has come to the west coast of Florida, and we are at Raymond James Stadium here in Tampa. Coming up, it's the final game of Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a good NFC matchup in store between the Dallas Cowboys and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Win or go home is the mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC Wild Card game. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down. What about the 23-yard line?
Ready, blue ready. Hey, watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Now the first carry here for Todd Gurley. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now on second down, this is Gurley. And it's still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3.
Check, check, check. Wait.
They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
A first down throw for Winston. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Now Winston. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's able to get out to the 32. Brought down there.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
22. 25's the mic. Watch the flood. Watch the flood. Watch the flood. Watch the flood. Motion. Block. Hey, 25's the mic.
Third and long for Winston. And a big loss here as he's taken down. DeMarcus Lawrence tracks him down away in the backfield for a loss of 16. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. This is taken at the 23. A terrific return. 30 yards all in all. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Cowboy first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Hey, pick your game up. No. Check the out read. Here we go, 47.
Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Check 45 to line. Hey, they scared. That's the watch.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 13 yards and a first down, Cowboys. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs, because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Vic Beasley. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's the right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16.
45 the mark. We go 46. Situation, let's go. 45. 45. All day, play. Check 45 the mic. Check 45 the mic. And we're going to 54. 1-8.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Austin Seferian-Jenkins, 30 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. Then he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
2 times.
Here's Gurley. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45. 27 yards there, a first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
It's going to be a long day. Check 3, check. Wait.
On the toss, it's Gurley. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Gurley. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Here we go. Here we go. Runs the mic. Watch one.
They'll try to throw now. Winston. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. First down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13. He gets it to Cooks. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. From 21 yards away, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments. Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. Now they try the right side here. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah.
The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off at the 48. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Gurley with a carry on 1st down. He'll only get a couple. 2nd and 8 forthcoming.
Ready.
Now Gurley. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play.
Ready. Blue lady. We got 25 to Mike. I got him.
Play fake. Winston. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Mike 51. Hey, here we go.
From the 25 on 2nd down, Prescott, and to the tight end here, Safarian Jenkins. His 2nd catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a 1st down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
I'm going back to you.
They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the 1st. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Prescott. Safarian Jenkins has it. A good pickup there. 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
It's a gain of 13, but it's 3rd down.
2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. He'll wind up getting 2 there as he does it himself and picks up the 1st.
And the Cowboy 1st down.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping.
A 1st down carry by Elliott. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
On 2nd down, it's Elliott. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll try to throw now. Prescott under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Bobby Wagner. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Prescott now. Complete. Smith has it. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that. And that's what he did.
And his kick is right there. It's good. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. On second down, it's Pollard. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
Bring it. Watch the run.
On third down, Elliott. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Let's take it inside his own 40. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
From just shy of midfield, Winston, he's letting it fly for touchdown, Tampa Bay. Brandon Cooks, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, and the Bucs are going to retake the lead. Zuerlein good with a PAT, and the lead is now 14 to 10. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now with a game.
And got his man complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper, 74 yards. And the Cowboys have once again taken the lead. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. And now it's second down.
You got nothing to run. You got nothing.
Throwing, Winston. And they'll set up the screen to Gurley. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. Give him 5 on the screen play, and that'll set up a third down. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. He may try and run for this. 3rd and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. First down.
And that was a nice, strong run by the guy they called the field general.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On the counter, Gurley. And he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's second down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Looking to throw on second down. Winston looking sideline, incomplete. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Jalen Smith drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And the punt goes out of bounds, so no chance to bring it back, and they will spot it at the 24-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time.
Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
Run the mic. Watch flip. You can't block me. You can't block me. Switch.
Following the interception, Winston. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Jalen Smith picks up his second sack of the afternoon. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Winston. Airing this one out for Evans. Going for Evans, but that pass is intercepted. Picked off at the 21. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
Mike, 45. Cut. Wide. Get wide.
10th carry now for Elliott. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
It's a gain of 6. And
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Give me that ball, defense. Give me that ball. We're going to 53. Hey, look 3. Check 26.
Now Elliott. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
We're going to 54. Bang, bang. Back. Check safety. Check 26.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Ezekiel Elliott gonna take it the distance. Touchdown, Cowboys! Ezekiel Elliott, 62 yards. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They're down now 24-14. Work to do as they come up on a 1st and 10. And that's complete to Cooks. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains in this NFC Wild Card matchup. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Wait. Hey, 25 to Mike. We're going 25 to Mike.
Yeah, let's get sack lunch.
Hey, 25 to Mike.
Off the play fake, Winston. It's caught by Mike Evans. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first.
that's another Buccaneers first down.
Jameis now perfect since the 2nd half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Hey, 25 to Mike. We're going 20.
Here's Winston. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Todd Gurley. That'll bring up 2nd down. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. They'll throw again. Winston. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long.
Easy.
Here comes the me, it's me.
Easy. Hey, check Mike, 27. You ain't easy. Let's go.
From the gun, Winston.
You ain't going nowhere.
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Ready?
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. The Bucs go for it. It's Winston. Airing this one out for Evans. And that is incomplete. The Bucs try it on fourth down but come up empty. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
This is Elliott. Well, I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
He's checking crowd. Check 31. Check 31. Under 10.
They go to Elliott again. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd down and 12. Prescott from the gun. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Vic Beasley able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return. And the Bucs are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say, maybe makes that offense feel good when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Winston. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long. Working out of the gun. Winston. And this is caught by Evans. And they're going to stop him short of the 1st down as he's tackled at about the 21. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Winston now. He's got Evans. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Check Mike 27. Check Mike 27. Bring it. Bring it.
On 1st and 10, Winston. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 46 yards. Now Winston. That is caught inside the 5. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Brandon Cooks saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game as they have now chopped this lead down to 3. Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. And the Cowboys are able to recover. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up.
We're going to 52.
You go back.
They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. to. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Again, it's Elliott. And he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Prescott now from the 50. Airing it out deep for Smith. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock, so tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
Yeah, they practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done.
And Jameis is going to go down in the end zone, and that is going to be a safety. And that disastrous play partner is ultimately going to seal their fate in this one, isn't it?
It certainly is, because they give up the 2 points, but that's not really what did it. It's having to give up the football. And because they gave up the football, guess what? The other team now can take the ball and close this game out.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
The Bucs forced to use their third and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. The Cowboys on their way to victory as they take a knee.
Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step it up.
They go down to a knee, and that will do it. They are moving on here in the playoffs. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. They said beginning of the season they wanted to get past the wild card round. Well, they just got past the wild card round.
How about that, being able to put the big check marks up in the locker room, right? Get to the wild card game, check, got that done. Win a wild card game, big check. Now you've got to go ahead and set your sights higher. There is a bigger prize out there, and they still have an opportunity.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long from Tampa.